Good evening, race fans, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. Tonight on the program, the HornBlasters.com Super Late Models presented by Truspeed Motorsports. Good evening, race fans. My name is Brett Wheeler. Thank you for joining us here on this Monday evening. Tonight, we are here at the Knoxville Raceway for round number 6 of the HornBlasters.com Super Late Models series. Qualifying on the program, just a short field again tonight. 10 drivers signed into the pit area for tonight's coverage. Of course, all drivers on the same setup, so it is a fixed setup all season long. And tonight we find out who parks it on the front straightaway, who goes and takes the famous right-hand turn into victory lane here at the Knoxville Raceway. Davin Cardwell at the moment, so far, has set the time sheet tonight with an 18.745. Shane James second, quick with an 18.750. We go back to Darren Literal in third, quick with an 18.833. Derek Dryman with an 18.886. Chris Fisher with a fourth, 18.855. Fourth quick now. And there is Donald Swanson in caliber 44, that HornBlasters.com 44C machine. 19.159 for Donald Swanson. That's only going to be one lap for him, and that will wrap up the qualifying portion of the night. Now, I believe there's going to be just the one heat race here for this evening, so we'll have all 10 drivers, and of course how they finish is how they will start tonight's 75 lap main event. Howdy, howdy. How are you, buddy? Some big news, eh? Good stuff on a Wednesday night. There should be some should amp up the racing just a little bit. Alright, let's go trackside for heat race number 1, the only heat race of the night, here in the HornBlasters.com Super Late Models. Alright, starting on pole in car number 7. Driving the Monsters of Dirt 0, number 7. I wonder if he's in the 07 or in the 7. It's the 07. It is the Monsters of Dirt number entry. It is, wow, stumbling all over the joint. Davin Cardwell. Shane James starts position number 3. Position 2. Darren Literal starts position 3. Chris Fisher out of position 4. Derek Dryman, Brad Dye in the third row. Tim Hughes and Corey Wenzel in row number 4. Row 5 is Donald Swanson by himself. Michael Meek did not make the call, so we appreciate everybody here that is joining us here tonight. Of course, just myself tonight, no Steve. He's doing Lord of Thunder broadcast. So the pace truck will move to the infield. We are set for green flag action. 8 laps of distance here at the Knoxville Raceway. Your HornBlasters.com round number 6 is underway as we go down into turn number 1 and 2 with Davin Cardwell, your race leader. Darren Little moves up into second position. Shane James works back to the outside, so the teammates run side by side. Literal almost slides up and was thinking about taking the line away and putting a slider there on Shane James, but of course he had to back out of the throttle because Davin Cardwell was right on the bottom side by side between Literal and James. Through turn number 1 and 2 we go here on lap number 2. Here comes Chris Fisher in the TVR number 5 car. That's the orange and black car on the outside. Then you got Derek Drummond behind him and Brad Dyer up on the inside of the 444 machine. Literal with a slide job on Shane James. James is going to cross underneath him out of turn number 2 and down the back straight away. So they switch lines. Here comes James. Does he stay low? Yes, he does. He loves the bottom side of the racetrack. Shane James will look to pick back up second position at the line. He's got it by 3/4 of a super late model car length. Davin Cardwell, your race leader. Shane James second. Here comes Darren Literal. Working on the outside once again. Chris Fisher following Little through turn number 3 and 4. This time by halfway home. 4 down, 4 to run. Heat number 1, the only heat race of the night, just a 10-car field. In fact, make that a 9-car field because Michael Meek didn't grid. Not sure if he's even in the server. He might have registered but didn't join. And we'll have a 75 lap main event after this heat race, of course. We'll have a 2-minute warm-up session where I don't think a lot is going to change at the moment. Hello, Tom. It's just myself here tonight, buddy. I know you might be disappointed in that, but look at James. Oh, James almost into the back of Devon Cardwell. And that could have been disastrous for the driver of the number 3, the HRE Motorsports entry. The left front and the front bumper just catching that inside berm going down into turn number 1. Cardwell rides the top side of the racetrack. Hold on, Tommy, I'll get to that in a second. We'll just finish this final lap here in heat race number 1, the only heat race of the night. Into turn 1 and 2 we go. Half a mile to run for Devon Cardwell. Look at them, they were 3 wide there through 1 and 2 for second, third and fourth. But into turns 3 and 4 for the final time in heat race number 1 for turn number 4. Devon Cardwell, the Monsters of Dirt 07D car, finds victory. He will start on pole. Shane James, Darren Little, Chris Fisher, Brad Dye, your top 5. Tim Hughes, Derek Dryman. In fact, Dryman, Hughes, Swanson and Wenzel. We got a 2-minute warm-up session. And what do I think about the prize for the Wednesday series, the butt kicker? That is awesome, dude. That is so glad to see that, you guys got that partnership there with Butt Kicker. Oh, so we seem to be a regular occurrence on the Checkers and Wreckers Facebook page broadcast, eh? We'll have to check that one out again. So the problem is for me is you guys do it at what, 11 a.m. on a Sunday. To me, that's like Monday morning at like 1 a.m. I'm heavily snoozing by then. All right, let's take a quick break, pay a couple of bills, and come back on the other side of this. Alright, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Ultimate Dirt TV for the Hornblasters.com Super Late Model Main Event Round 6 here at the Knoxville Raceway. Tommy, have I used one? No, I haven't used one. I don't know if it would actually help me or not because I run a McLaren F1 GT3 wheel from Fanatec because I can't actually use my feet. So, but yes, I will have to go and check that video out. Alright, let's take a look now at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid for tonight's 75 lap main event. Starting on pole for tonight's feature event, driving the 070 Monsters of Dirt entry, it's going to be Devon Cardwell. On the outside of the front row, car number 3, the Team HRE Motorsports entry, that is Shane James, starting position number 2. Partner and teammate to the number 3, car number 68, also driving the Team HRE Motorsports number 68 machine, Darren Little, will start position number 3. Driving the team, well, the TVR, car number 5, Chris Fisher, will start position number 4. Brad Dyer, car number 56, will start position number 5. The 444 of Derek Dryman will start position at number 6. Tim Hughes, car number 25, starts position 7. Donald Swanson, car 44, the Hornblasters.com entry starts position number 8. And the Truspeed Motorsports 888 machine of Corey Wenzel will start position number 9. 75 laps on the board. Here at the Knoxville Raceway, we are set for round number 6 of the main event. The pace truck to the infield, and it is Davin Cardwell to lead the field off of turn number 4. We are green here at the Knoxville Raceway for the main event. Cardwell straight to the low side. Darren Little, just like he did in the heat race, he's now up on the inside there of Shane James. They make their way down into turn number 3 and 4 for the first of 75 times around the Knoxville Raceway. Little slides up in front of Shane James. Cardwell, he has got about a 4, 5, 6 car length advantage right now over Shane James. James, here goes Brad Dye to the inside of the number 56 machine. The black and purple entry right now down to the low side. Fisher on his outside. They drag race down the front straightaway into 1 and 2 for lap number 3 of 75. How do I like the wheel? The wheel is good. However, the pins in the wheel tend to break, so I've had to send 3 wheels back in about 2 years, or about a year and a half actually. So, I mean, it's very frustrating as well. Shane James starting to catch up to the 68 of Darren Littoral. Meanwhile, look at the gap already after just 4 completed laps this time by Davin Cardwell. He's just showing the field how to get it done here at the Knoxville Raceway. A 1.5 second advantage. Look at them 3 wide right now through 1 and 2. Fisher, Dryman and Dyer. The teammates, Littoral and James. Littoral in the black and green, number 68 on the top side. James in the black and white, number 3 car on the bottom side. They go into 1 and 2. We start lap number 7 of 75. In fact, 6 of 75. 7 of 75 next, so officially 5 in the books at the moment. 70 to run, but now we'll go 1 more. 6 down, 69 to go. Shane James, Darren Littoral continue to race side by side. While they're racing side by side, look at the gap between Davin Cardwell and Shane James is now out to a 2-second gap. And this number 7 car, he is just smoking them right now here at the Knoxville Raceway. He completes lap number 7. And look at him running down to the low side through 1 and 2. Shane James, he loves to run the bottom side as well. Thank you, John. Appreciate it, buddy. Glad to see that it looks very clean. Should look like this all the time. Oh no, Derek Drummond, Fisher around. Yellow, yellow, yellow. So now a 2.2 second gap is now gone. Let's take a look at your Wicked Cushion instant replay. So the 444 of Derek Dryman. He went for the slider into turns 3 and 4. He got into the side of Darren Little. And Fisher had nowhere to go. And let's take a look at your Black Diamond Motorsports onboard cameras right now. And there was the initial contact. And again, we'll take a look at some different angles. You'll see Derek Dryman there just once again just getting into the side of Darren Little. Fisher again had nowhere to go. And we'll take a look at Chris Fisher right now, looking out from the front of this super late model. So there you see the contact, and the 444 of Derek Dryman is the car to go around. So we come back to live pictures here at the Knoxville Raceway for round number 6 of the Hornblasters.com Super Late Models presented by Truspeed Motorsports. The lights out on the racing.com pace track. It'll be 11 complete with 64 to run. You guys watching it, Tommy and John? You guys watching it together on the projector? Are you? On board here with the driver that is going to lead us back to the green flag. The 07D, the Mosses of Dirt entry of Davin Cardwell. Green flag is out. We're back underway. And already he puts a couple of car lengths between himself and the drivers. Just listen to that throttle control as he goes through turn number 1 and 2. He's right off the gas, and look at Shane James and Darren Little. They're going to continue to go side by side. This time roles are reversed. James is normally on the top side. However, he's now on the bottom side as they go into turn number 1 and 2. James works high, Little low. Cardwell moves up to the top of the racetrack. Fisher in position number 4. He's got Dyer and Dryman behind him once again. They come through turn number 3 and 4 in a good 2-car battle for 2nd and 3rd. Then you got a 3-car battle for 4th, 5th and 6th on the racetrack at the moment. Fisher holds off Dyer and Dryman. Dyer up on the inside of Fisher. Look at Literal and James once again going at it. James clears Literal down the back straightaway, but once again it's going to be Literal to the inside into turn number 3 and 4. 61 to go for your race leader. He has not been beaten all night. He's not seen a car in front of him all night here at the Knoxville Raceway. It's the Monster Dirt 07D car, Davin Cardwell. He is in superb form right now. Literal looking to slide up the racetrack just a little bit, trying to get a run there on Shane James. James powers that HRE Motorsports number 3 car around the outside. Literal moves up. Here he goes. Almost gets in to the side of Shane James. And here comes that TBR number 5 of Chris Fisher. Literal runs the slider line through turn number 1 and 2. Fisher looks to get by him. He tucks him behind him down the back straightaway. He stays up top on the entry into turn number 3 again. Literal runs the slider line through turn number 3 and 4. It only took a couple, about 4 or 5 laps for Cardwell to put over a second and a half on the rest of the field. However, different story after the restart at the moment. It's now 6/10 of a second, roughly around 6/10 of a second between Cardwell and James. Then you go back to Darren Literal in 3rd. He held off a charge from the number 5 machine of Chris Fisher, Brad Dyer, Derek Dryman continuing to wage war on each other. Who is going to beat this 07D car? Will anyone be able to run him down and make that pass? James has been consistently with him the last probably 4 or 5 laps throughout this one. Well, that's alright. Packers are alright. I don't mind the Packers. If you had told me anyone else, I would have had to tell you to change it over. So Shane James was quicker by about a 10th on the previous lap than your race leader, Davin Cardwell. Cardwell, he's ventured up top into turns 3 and 4. You see Darren Little, the black and green, number 68 machine, running the slider line. So your top 3 run different lines. James goes upstairs this time in 1 and 2. It was the slider line there from Davin Cardwell. James, oh geez, Literal almost getting into the back of his teammate there once again. But again, because James is off the gas so much to try and keep it down on the bottom side of the racetrack, well, that certainly cost Shane James a bit of time. It cost him about a 10th and a half. He was closing in on your race leader a couple of laps ago. And now, the Bush Light Team HRE Team Friday number 3 car, the Dirt All Access entry. Low through 1 and 2, like he's done throughout so many times in his super late model iRacing career. Cardwell up top. Cardwell into the wall. He makes the mistake. That might be the mistake that Shane James needs. He now almost pulled up alongside of him on the front straightaway into 1 and 2. The battle is on for the race lead. Cardwell up top. James down low. Cardwell's still got the momentum on the high side of the racetrack. 1/3 of the race distance complete this time by 20 down, 50 to run. Davin Cardwell, he is still led every lap of this super late model main event. He's led every lap here at the Knoxville Raceway for round number 6 of your hornblasters.com, presented by Truspeed Motorsports. Dryman and Swanson having their own battle here. The battle of the 4s machine, the 444 up against the 444. That's for positions number 6 and 7th. Hughes in 8th and Corey Wenzel in 9th. And there is your lead pack, your 2 lead cars. Once again, this time we see Cardwell run the low side through turn number 3 and 4. So a good tussle going on at the moment between Cardwell and Shane James. How long can this go on for? Well, hopefully it goes on for about another 40 something, 46, 47 laps. This could be crucial once again here late in the race. We'll see how it all plays out at the moment. Cardwell now running right through the middle here of Tournament 1 and 2. As they come past the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum here, we're at the Sprint Car capital of the world, the Knoxville Raceway. But let me tell you right now, the Super Late Models are putting on a show. Shane James, that was close at the start-finish line. That was too close to call to the naked eye between Shane James and Davin Cardwell. Look at him continuing to drag race. We are nearing the halfway stage of the race. We're about a handful of laps away from being halfway home in the Super Late Model main event. And Shane James, look at him now. He's got the bottom side hooked up. Look at Cardwell trying to force his way up on the inside. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Shane James will officially lead the previous couple of laps. And now Cardwell, he's got to try and run him down and try and get by that number 3 machine. Can he do it? We know Cardwell's got some speed, and you got to wonder, had that caution had not come out for Derek Dryman, how far would have been Davin Cardwell? How far will he be out in front? But of course, that caution that gripped the field back up after a 2.2 second advantage, and now the roles are reversed. Shane James is out in front. Davin Cardwell is the one that's going to do the chasing right now. Through 1 and 2 we go. Cardwell tries the middle. Literal still holding with this top 2 at the moment. Sitting in 3rd spot. He's about 8/10 of a second off, so very similar gaps between 1st and 2nd and 2nd and 3rd. They are separated by roughly about 7/10 of a second between the pair. Chris Fisher, that TVR number 5 machine, rides in the 4th spot. Brad Dyer in 5th. Derek Dryman has moved clear of Donald Swanson for that 6th position. Swanson back to 7th. Hughes back in 8th. And 9th is Corey Wenzel. Of course, just the 9 cars here in this feature. Well, here in round number 6. Uh-oh, Wenzel. Look out, look out, look out. Corey Wenzel. Oh, no. He gets to the infield, and boy, that was close for Corey Wenzel. Oh, yellow, yellow, yellow. Uh-oh, we got Dyer and Dryman around on the... Oh, into turns 3. Let's take a look here at your Wicked Cushion instant replay and see what happened between these 2 drivers and why they were both facing the wrong way. So this is through 1 and 2. So Dryman's got to run on the outside and just ran out of real estate there. Yeah, that's going to be... It's going to be close. Take a look at on board the Derek Dryman entry. You see him just getting a run on the cushion, and that could be ominous signs, especially for the likes of Davin Cardwell. Yeah, just tried to probably squeeze his car where it probably shouldn't have gone. He was very lucky not to go upside down, I must say. As we welcome you back to the live pitches here at the virtual Knoxville Raceway. Brad, nice one. So now, will the roles be reversed? We just seen Derek Dryman absolutely try a power move on the top side of the racetrack. The cushion was working. Can that Monsters of Dirt 07D car of Davin Cardwell, can he make it work up top? Can Shane James continue to hold it down to the low side of the racetrack? Lights are out on the racing.com pace track. 40 down, 35 to run. We're officially past halfway home as we get set for the pace car to move to the infield. 35 to run here at the Knoxville Raceway. We are back underway and into turns 1 and 2. This could be the moment that decides the feature event. Cardwell's got a good run on the top side. James has got a good run on the low side. Cardwell's got him by a car length down into turn number 3. And Cardwell rails the cushion, so the top line coming back in right now. But man, James has not given up on the bottom side. Through the middle goes Cardwell. He was sliding up to the top shelf into turn number 1 and 2. Cardwell still clear of him by about, I'm going to say, half a car length. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Darren Little as well, not letting these two drivers get too far away. But Davin Cardwell back to the race lead. And well, the shoe was on the other foot with the yellow coming out, and it helps the driver in that second position. And now Cardwell, he might have found something up on the top of the racetrack, half a tenth quicker than Shane James on the previous lap. We'll see what it is this time by. James was a little bit quicker just then by 2/100ths of a second. James again back to the inside. He's really closing the gap going down into turn number 3. 44 complete, 31 to run here in the main event. When does Cardwell try and protect that bottom side of the racetrack? This time, or that time by, it was Cardwell 2/10 of a second. Shane James, he's had it up on the bottom side. He smacks the wall. And oh my. My, oh my, oh my. The number 3 car. He made that one crucial mistake. And look at the gap. Look at the distance that he has lost in one lap by going to the top shelf. He needs to go back to the bottom side and just pray and pray and pray that the top side goes away very quickly. But the amount of moisture that is up there, I don't think that's going to go away anytime soon. Not the line that Cardwell is running, but Cardwell a tenth quicker than James on the previous lap. Lap times in the 19.0s, 19.1s at the moment. Cardwell continues to work 3/4 of the way up the racetrack. Down the front straightaway, the battle is about to be on for 3rd and 4th right now. Chris Fisher looking to the inside on Darren Little as they make their way through turn number 1 and 2. Fisher on the inside. Little on the outside. Little just gets the backstretch wall. Into 3 we go. Fisher running the Shane James line down on the bottom side of the racetrack. 27 to go. Literal through the middle. So we're seeing very identical lines between 1st and 2nd and 3rd and 4th right now. You see the likes of Fisher and James run on the low side. Oh, Cardwell's gone down low this time. James was half a tenth quicker on the previous lap, but I got to say, Cardwell picked up that half a tenth once again there on that lap. 19.042 compared to a 19.005. So just shy of a half a tenth, but Cardwell running top 1 and 2 and bottom 3 and 4. 2/3 complete. Here in your Horn Blasters main event, your hornblasters.com main event for the Super Late Models presented by Truspeed Motorsports. Shane James at 18.997. James is starting to come back at Cardwell right now. I'm going to say this is going to be on in the last 20 odd laps. If we don't see the caution, if Cardwell stays up top, we might just have a battle on for the race lead once again. And albeit, don't worry about the low car count. How about the racing that these drivers have put on? Chris Fisher now in 3rd. Darren Little must have absolutely annihilated the outside wall because he is some 6 car lengths back from Chris Fisher. And now Literal under pressure here from the 44 car, the hornblasters.com car, the 44C of Donald Swanson. We'll stay up front, keep an eye on your race leaders. Less than 4/10 of a second separating the two right now. Davin Cardwell and Shane James. We're going to say that Davin Cardwell led the first, say, 20 odd laps. Shane James led the next 20 odd laps. And since the restart, it's been Davin Cardwell to lead the next 20. If that's any indication of what we're going to be in for, Shane James might just go to victory lane, but he's got a lot of work to do. He's got a lot of work ahead of him right now. He's half a tenth slower. And I think, I'm actually surprised at how much this track has actually worn out with just the 9 cars. Make that now 7 cars on the racetrack. This track has, gotten slick in some parts of the racetrack, especially in the entry to the turn on the exits Boy, there's still a fair bit of moisture on the top side of the racetrack. So James going to follow Cardwell. 19 to run this time by the Monsters of Dirt 07D car, looking to put that car on the front straightaway and in victory lane for another week. The first week he debuted the Monsters of Dirt 07D car was with the Monsters of Dirt last week, and he put it in victory lane. Or was it Truspeed that he... Or was it last week that he put it in victory lane? John, you'd know. Was it Monday that he debuted the car, or was it Wednesday? Anyhow, I'm pretty sure it went to victory lane on its opening night anyway, but we'll see what he can do here in the final 18 laps here as he's really starting to move away from Shane James. He's got that 7/10 of a second lead, and Chris Fisher rides in third, Darren Literal fourth, and again, Literal under pressure here from Swanson now as they go into 3 and 4. Literal once again trying to keep it to the top side of the racetrack. Swanson down low. A drag race to the start-finish line. Lap number 60 is about to be complete this time by for your race leader. 15 laps left to run. Adam, thank you very much for that follow. Appreciate it. Thank you very much for the likes and shares coming through, guys. We appreciate all the support here on Ultimate Dirt TV. Don't forget, in an hour and a half time, we're going to be live again, but it'll be a personal stream. But we are going to be covering from Race Control, the UDTV 360 winged sprint cars. Talk more about that in just a few moments' time. We'll complete this feature event first as Literal and Swanson, they continue to battle it out for 4th and 5th. Oh, Literal and Swanson rubbing panels down the front straightaway. That could have been disastrous. However, it was not, and they all, well, not all, but they both keep it going. 12 to run. There is Brad Dyer, Tim Hughes, as there is your race leader. Slider line through turn number 1 and 2. 12 to run. So what would probably be a B-main distance around the Knoxville Raceway, Cardwell continues to find more and more speed as Shane James is, well, he's starting to lose more and more ground. It went from about 1.4 seconds out to 2.1, so Shane James lost, well, looking at the times, he lost a whole second on that previous lap. I'm not sure what he'd done or whether he tried to go to the top side and caught the wall, but man, it is tough at the moment for Shane James as old David Cardwell. Now, these guys are really off the throttle. Here's a look at the onboard shot, looking at the back of the car, of the 07D car. David Cardwell, your race leader. Just have a look at the gap between himself and Shane James. It's a 2.2 second gap. Now we take a look at a very similar sort of gap between Shane James and Chris Fisher, between 2nd and 3rd. Darren Little on board with the driver number 68 machine. He's revving the piss out of that car. He's not letting up one bit. Seven to go for your leader, David Cardwell. Shane James, Chris Fisher. In fact, 7 to go this time by for your leaders. They go down the front straightaway. We are watching 4th and 5th on screen at the moment. Literal, Swanson. Back up front, Cardwell. He's just perfected this racetrack at the moment. 5 to run. Next time by as he makes his way down the back straightaway. Just listen to how much he's off the throttle. 5 to go, 70 complete, and boy, it is all David Cardwell at the moment. Shane James, he's had a real tough going in the final 30-odd laps since that last restart where the tables had turned. Again, you take the good with the bad. James just getting little sideways there through 3 and 4. So we are closing in here on 3 to go. And looking at the time, Shane James is actually quicker. 2/10 of a second quicker, but I guess when you got a 2-second lead, you can afford to make those little mistakes. Chris Fisher we watch in third. Down the bottom of your screen is your second place driver of Shane James. Two to run this time by out of turn number 4. Davin Cardwell a mile away from victory lane. It's now less than that as he makes his way down the back straightaway for the penultimate time here at the Knoxville Raceway. He's got a 2-second gap. He goes to the top side in 1 and 2. The white flag is out. Final lap for Davin Cardwell here in the Hornblasters.com Super Late Model main event. Out of turn number 2 for the final time and down the back straightaway. Into turn number 3 and 4, your Hornblasters.com Super Late Model main event win goes to the 07D, Davin Cardwell, second home. Shane James, third will be Chris Fisher. Fourth is going to go to Donald Swanson, rounding up the top 5. And the 5th car on the lead lap, Brad Dyer will come home in position number 5. Tim Hughes, Darren Little, finishing 5 laps down in 6th and 7th. Derek Dryman, Corey Wenzel will come home in positions number 8 and 9. But ladies and gentlemen, 75 laps is complete. And we have our winner in the 07D car. And we'll hopefully get a chat to our top 3. We'll chat to these drivers very quickly. And then we'll let these guys get on to what their plans are next. So we'll chat to your winner here tonight in the 07D car. It is going to be Davin Cardwell. Davin, congratulations on the victory. Well, it was a funny race, this one. You led the first probably 15, 20 laps, and then a caution comes out. You sit in second for the next 20-odd laps, and then all of a sudden a caution comes out again. And this time it was you who done a Shane James to Shane James.
Yeah, it just shows kind of what the fix setup does. I mean, you can be fast for 5 laps in the yellow, and then you can be the slowest car on the track. So that's why I like fix setups, because it makes everyone even and it's funner.
I don't know if fun is a word, but we're going to go with it anyway. But moving on to the track, were you surprised at how much this track actually wore in, considering that, we only had 9 drivers here tonight?
I think if we had a little bit more drivers, the track would have been, I don't know, maybe bottom dominant there at the end, but it was pretty much top there for about 30 laps, but it was a great race.
Certainly a track that you really had to go and search for the fastest line because, as you said, fixed it up, so it makes it all about the drivers and the track that, was sort of top dominant and then sort of the bottom came back in, then you went back to the top and then you went back to the bottom. It was ever-changing throughout this feature event.
Yeah, they're about 7 to go, I'd say. I started looking down and I saw that I only had like six laps left of fuel, and I had to start running the bottom to save it. But it's tough to beat Shane on a fixed setup because he's really good on these, and he's good on the bottom.
Well, congratulations on putting the 017 back into victory lane once again. We'll let you get out of here, but before we do, of course, so sponsors and shout-outs. Who makes it happen for you, buddy?
I gotta thank everyone at Dream Motorsports and John and everyone over at Monster of Dirt, because without them it'd be impossible. And I gotta thank you for the broadcast, and thank everyone for the league.
All right, Davin Cardwell there, home victorious here at the Knoxville Raceway. Home in second place tonight, the driver of the number 3, the Team HRE Motorsports Dirt All Access number 3 car of Shane James. Shane, congratulations on a second place run here tonight. It was a funny race, I must say, with a couple of cautions giving the guy in second spot the lead for the next 20 laps.
Yeah, it was, I don't know. I was stuck on the bottom, and I was able to reel him in there and pass him and I think I was pulling away just a little bit, and then the top or the slider line came in, and that's when I was done for sure.
Late in that race, you were sort of searching all over this racetrack trying to find the best way around. But once Davin got out to that 1.5, 2 second lead, what was going through your mind then as the laps were winding down?
I had plenty of fuel. I had like 2.5 gallons left at the end of the race, but once I tapped the wall when I was running that line trying to follow him, and that gave him a big enough cushion. I just decided I was just going to cruise on the bottom and pretty much just settle for second. I guess that's basically about the best I can do on here.
Well, another podium. Again, you probably continuing to extend this points advantage that you got here on the hornblasters.com Super Late Model Series. We'll let you get out of here and celebrate another second place run here tonight. But before we do, we'll throw the mic back to you one final time. Sponsor shout out 2 gets it done for you, Chief.
Yeah, HRE Motorsports, Team Friday, Dirt All Access, iRacing, iFlag, 34 Raceway, Ohio Freshwaters. Congrats to Davin on the win. He's one of the best on iRacing on the dirt. So it's not too bad to finish second to him. And congrats to Chris on third. And thanks for the broadcast and thanks for Hornblasters Truspeed putting this on. Hopefully I can finish it out and maybe get the title this year.
All right, there we go. Shane James there home in second position here tonight. Chris Fisher 30. He's already left the building. He's packed up. He's gone home. And that will conclude the hornblasters.com Super Late Model 6th round of the series here at the Knoxville Raceway, presented by Truspeed Motorsports. We've still got another 4 weeks, I think, left in the series. So again, Monday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, the server goes up, qualifying from 8 p.m. Eastern. That's when we have the live broadcast from 8 p.m. Eastern. Again, we'll be live across the Facebook and YouTube feeds here on Ultimate Dirt TV. Of course, make sure you head over to hornblasters.com, their website, and also their Facebook page. Give them a like and a follow. Don't forget to check out Truspeed Motorsports as well on Facebook. Give them a like and follow. Keep up to date with what they've got going on. And of course, make sure you check out our website, www.ultimatedirttv.com. From there, you can keep up to date with our schedule, what we've got going on throughout the week when it comes to sim racing. And of course, don't forget to check out our sponsors page as well. Keep up to date with our wonderful people that help us behind the scenes. The people that not only support us, but support sim racing. Of course, those wonderful people that help us make it all possible here on Ultimate Dirt TV. A big thanks to Wicked Cushion, 19 Designs, World of Thunder iRacing League, National Oval Racing Association, Monsters of Dirt, iRacing, iFlags, and Black Diamond Motorsports. On behalf of the team here at Ultimate Dirt TV and the management behind the scenes, this is farewell from the Knoxville Raceway. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, good night and be safe.